This is a podcast about both having autism and living with someone who has autism. My mom is Sonya, and I'm Josh, and this is Josh Has Autism.
Hey everybody, welcome to Josh Has Autism.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, so happy that you're here.
Yeah.
Just like I'm just barely getting on the podcast today. I feel like I'm just like run through, don't even have my jacket off or anything, just sitting down to do this with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we missed last week.
Yeah.
You had a rough week last week, and we don't, not for or against anybody's decision out there, but you opted to get the COVID vaccine.
Yes.
And last week was your second shot.
Yes.
Come here. You got something on your head.
It's called hair.
No, you don't have hair because I just shaved it off yesterday. Yeah, I don't know what it was. All right.
Okay.
Anyway, last week you got your second COVID shot.
Yes.
And it kind of threw you for a loop.
Yeah, it did.
It made you really tired. It just...
Yeah, it kicked my butt.
Yeah. Kind of felt nausea.
Yeah.
Nauseated.
Yeah.
And
nausea,
headachy.
heartburn, indigestion. No.
And headachy. Now you're doing commercials.
Yeah.
So even today you feel kind of headachy, but you're coming out of the funk that created, because it was really it wiped you out, didn't it?
It did.
And we waited for you to do this until you were ready for it, and made reasonable that you waited till the medication change happened. Mm-hmm. You had been on an antibiotic. They don't let you get the vaccine when you're on an antibiotic. Right. So had to wait for that to be done, but it was your choice to get the vaccine, and you got the second one last week.
Yes.
Yesterday. You can tell I'm tired, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's why we didn't have one last week. So we missed you guys, or I missed you. Josh was kind of wiped out. I missed you guys.
I missed you.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
In your sick stupor, you missed them, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are a few things that I wanted to talk about with everybody. The first one is a phone call that you got today.
Yes.
Yes, please do tell.
So, I got a phone call asking for a couple of clarifications and information and stuff, because I am one of the finalists of the library position.
Those are my guns blazing in the air. No?
No.
Wah, wah, wah.
No, don't do that again.
Okay. All right. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
Yes. How does that make you feel? As I stroke my beard.
Your non-existent beard.
Yeah.
It feels really good.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
What kind of questions? What did they want?
They just wanted some clarifications on some of the information that I provided.
Oh, okay.
So I was so happy to hear from them. I don't remember what they asked me for.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. And was it one of the ladies that you spoke to, that you interviewed with?
No.
Okay.
At least I don't believe so.
Okay. So were they just trying to clarify a number, maybe?
I think so.
A phone number? So it wasn't asking you, hey, you said this, but can you clarify what you said?
No, it wasn't anything like that.
Okay.
It was just information stuff. I remember that much.
Concrete stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
I remember that much, but I don't remember what exactly it was.
So we were just talking about this, I guess maybe yesterday, that you hadn't heard from them yet. Yeah. And that we thought that probably you would hear from them before too long. Yeah. So it's pretty awesome. Now, this is like the fourth time that you've had a conversation with them about this position, right? Or you had like a actual, you did the interview, the application, then you went and took a test, then you had the interview, and now you have the call.
Yes.
Saying that you are definitely in the running.
Yes.
You're one of the ones that they've narrowed it down to.
Yes.
And you're in the running to get the position.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yes.
Yes.
Very much so.
Yeah. That's like your dream.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That does it makes you feel pretty good about yourself, I bet.
It does. It does.
Yeah. When you do something and you put out effort and you get feedback like this, that's not lost on you.
Right.
Because sometimes people think people with autism are kind of oblivious to the things that are going on, around them, or they don't understand the depth of it.
Right.
Well, that's true. But with you, I'm going to clarify. Again, this is Josh has autism. So
Yes.
I should say that's true with you
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can have an experience
Mm-hmm.
and I can ask you right after, what do you think of that? And you go,
It happened?
I don't have a thought about
Yeah.
that. Or
Yeah.
I don't, you don't, and sometimes even in conversation, you say, am I supposed to say something
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
The other day, we were talking to your sister, and the question required a yes or a no answer.
Mm-hmm.
And she said yes. And you said, does that mean yes? And I go, yes, it means yes, because it's not you saying yes, Josh King. Because when you say yes, sometimes it's like, I hear you.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
But her answer, yes, was yes.
Okay.
So, it just interesting that, right. So sometimes you don't get
Right.
the immensity of a situation or
The nuances.
the nuances or the
Yeah.
fact that you need to interject anything.
Right.
Right. But for this, I can tell by the sparkle in your eye and the smile and just the way that you're carrying yourself that you really get what this means.
Yeah.
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 And you did this yourself.
Yeah.
You were at the library, you applied for the job, and then you followed up.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
And I'm imagining they did not give you an idea of when they would be back in touch?
No.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's typical.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean anything. The
Right.
fact that you don't know when you're gonna hear
Right.
back from them,
Right.
that doesn't mean anything. Okay. Oops. All right. So that's your dream job.
Yes.
And so I think that if I hope you don't mind that I'm going to bring a couple things up about your hygiene that you've addressed this week.
That's fine.
And I think that it's connected because in your pursuit of this job and you wanting it so bad and you're wanting to be around people, there are things that you had been doing that you just didn't think about, that you've changed, and it's made a difference.
Mm.
So, one thing is that it's important to shower every day.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is that was interesting to me that you were sleeping in the shirts that you wore all day. Now, I'll say that you don't always do that.
Right.
But
It's typically
since you've been back here with me,
you don't stand for it.
I don't stand for it. And you know why?
COVID?
No.
Disease?
No.
Cooties?
Yeah.
No, because if I am wearing what I wore all day to bed, that means that all the stuff that I was around during the day, whether it be someone else or whatever, all that stuff is clinging to me on my shirt. And if I'm wearing it to bed, that means I'm taking that into the...
Right. So, yes, all of those things
Mm-hmm.
are how I feel about that.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the reasons that you had to stop doing that immediately is because your clothes had begun to smell.
Mm.
And what's happened is that when you wear something all day and then you sleep in it at night, the longer that you go without washing your clothes, the longer you go with wearing them, the longer you go without washing them, those odors can kind of get stuck in your clothes.
Okay, yeah.
And so when I saw you, what's that?
Apparently my pants are starting to rip.
How are your pants ripping there, and how is it doing that tear? That's odd. It's like it ripped layers off the top of the jeans.
That's weird.
That's really weird.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
I just noticed that.
Yep. And so one of the things that has happened is that, you've been back here, and I'm like, dude, you have to wash your clothes more often because it smells.
Yeah.
Coming down the hallway, Nana goes, it stinks in here.
Yeah.
And I go, I know what that is. And so
No.
what I had you do, and you did, and I'm proud of you for doing this, is I said, well, recently we went to the store, and I said, load up on new t-shirts. Because that's predominantly what you wear.
Yeah.
You like t-shirts with fun designs on it.
Yeah.
You have one that's Snoopy that says, nope, not today. You have one that is the Star Wars people walking across a crosswalk like the Beatles did.
Yes. Yes.
You have one that says the Joshua Tree.
Yes.
That's really cool. I like that one.
Yeah, that one was for the state park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you have some others with some mountains on it, and
Yeah.
but you kind of like like the periodic table. It says genius. It's highlighted.
Yeah,
It says
yeah.
genius. So anyway, you do have. You're very particular about your shirts,
Yes.
and what you don't like is when you wear a short sleeve shirt. That's what's called a polo shirt that has a few buttons at the top.
Mm-hmm.
What really bugs you is when it's short sleeves, at the bottom of the sleeve, and it
If
has
it's like
that
a
little
scrunchie.
cuff. Yeah, if it has that little cuff, it's about this thick,
Yeah.
and it's tighter than
Yeah.
Right?
It that bugs me.
right.
Yeah.
So you can wear
Because it like compresses my arm or something. I don't know how to describe it.
right.
Yeah.
It's tighter on your arm
Yeah.
in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it acts like a scrunchie or something like that, doesn't it?
Well, it doesn't bother me when I wear shirts like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I can imagine if it's something that you're sensitive to, it would feel like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, you bought a bunch of shirts,
Mm-hmm.
and you went through your old shirts, because what I had told you is that sometimes there was this smell.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I just took a shower.
Yeah.
I'm like, then it's your shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So what's happened is that odor is just kind of stuck in the
Yeah.
weave of the shirt.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of you, because what you did was you went through your clothes and you were willing and able to throw some shirts away that just had this kind of constant odor
Yeah.
that I don't know. Did you smell it yourself, or did you go by what you had been told when you wore those?
More so the second thing.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, some of them also had a little bit of stains in the armpits.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the lighter ones, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And so you did that. You got rid of things. You got new shirts.
Mm-hmm.
You had me give you a haircut,
Mm-hmm.
which you're very handsome.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. I love it when your hair is short because your eyes stand out. So anybody that hasn't seen a picture of Josh and what he looks like, he's got these beautiful baby blue eyes that are just stunning. And of course, I am biased here, but I think you're so handsome.
Thanks.
So incredibly handsome. But other people
Thanks.
do too. So it's not just me.
Yeah.
But so you give you a haircut,
Mm-hmm.
and we went to the store together, and you picked out new body wash
Yeah.
and new deodorant.
Yes.
And I think it's made a big difference. What do you think?
I noticed it right away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt better, and I didn't I didn't burn.
Sometimes, right, your armpits.
Yes.
You have a sensitivity in your armpits.
Yes.
And did that embarrass you?
A little bit.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Right. And so anyway, so that helped. And I have to say, I'm sitting right next to you, and you smell fine. So so good job on following through on that. And and I know that this job is important to you, and you want to be presentable.
Yeah.
And you want to not have these adverse
reactions.
Like your body not smelling.
Yeah.
Or smelling.
Yeah.
Just say smelling, and also brushing your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about that.
Okay.
Yep. Did you do that today?
I don't believe I did. I don't remember, though.
Okay.
I don't think I did, though.
Okay. Well, it's got to be something that you do on a regular basis, especially if you hopefully will get this job and But it's brushing your teeth is the same idea as the clothes.
Mm.
If you let them go and you don't take care of them,
mm-hmm.
then they begin to be unappealing. Because, like I said, even though you're
I'll just throw them out and get a new pair.
Your teeth. Your teeth. I don't know, dude. I paid $5,000 to get those teeth straight. Yeah. So keep that in mind too. That just like with your clothes, how it's important to take care of them. It's important to keep your teeth and your gums brushed because when you let it go, it creates
issues.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So anyway, that sounded like I was harping on you there a little bit, but I'm proud of you because you did this. There would be a time where you wouldn't be willing to go through your clothes and say, okay, this isn't working anymore, even though I like it. Now, some of them, when we went to the store, you bought the same exact shirt.
Yeah, nope, not today.
Yeah, the Snoopy. And yes, you were able to find that exact shirt, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And your car's not working.
No, it's not.
So...
I think, what is the...
Alternator.
Alternator, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have to get that figured out.
Okay. How about if tomorrow you come to me and we will make some phone calls and see where it can go. We can talk to Dad, see if he wants to do it this weekend.
Okay.
If he's not up to doing it this weekend, then we can take it somewhere.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
I have changed an alternator.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. I've changed an oil pump.
You've changed all kinds of things. You had a Baja Bug, didn't you?
I had a Baja Bug. That was my first vehicle. And
it was a crappy car from what I understand.
It was a crappy car. Oh my gosh, my first car was so crappy. It was a Baja Bug, and it didn't have a driver's side window. So when it rained, I had to put a towel there. It was a stick shift, which is no problem because I learned how to drive with a stick shift.
Yeah.
But it had these little rubber straps that held the front. Now, in a Baja Bug, the trunk is in the front.
Yeah.
It had these little plastic rubber straps, and they would break, and the hood would fly up. But the back and the gas filter, there was some rust in the tank. So I'd be going down the road in San Diego, in California, which is where I'm from. Super busy traffic,
Yeah.
But it was nothing to me because that's where I grew up.
Yeah.
And I'd be going down in my Baja Bug, and it would start sputtering. So I would pull over, go to the back, pull off the gas filter, put it to my mouth, and go, and blow the little rust specks out of the filter. Put it back on, get back in, and take off some more. So, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't. It was the first time I drove that car was because it's a clutch, right? It's a stick shift. I did clutch, and different cars feel different. So you've driven different cars, but not a stick shift.
Right.
But you know how they feel different.
Yeah.
So sometimes brakes will grab.
Yeah. Sometimes they don't grab enough.
Mm-hmm.
And
sometimes turning is really easy, and sometimes not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with this one, I don't know what I did, but I popped the clutch, and I just got the car, and I was in the parking lot in front of this brick wall.
Oh no!
And I popped the clutch, and it jumped over the top of that stopper, and we went right to the brick wall.
Oh my gosh!
I know, that was my first. Do you remember when you and your friend Bill, who is 6'8",
something like that? Yeah.
that you guys went over the little stopper? Yeah,
yes.
Tell everybody about that. It's hysterical.
So we were in front of the was it Giant or something like that, which is like
it's a grocery store.
Grocery store, yeah. And so Bill, thinking he was in reverse, pushed down the gas a little bit, and he went right over the little not curb, but the
it's like a little stopper.
Yeah, the little yellow thing in the parking spot.
Right.
The concrete little block thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he got stuck on it. So he couldn't get off of it. So we got out and picked up the car and moved it off of it.
It's so funny. It's so funny. Like just you and Bill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just pick it up like it's nothing. Just pick it up and move it where it belongs.
Yeah.
That always cracks me up.
Yeah. There was another story that was like that from my high school. Apparently, one of the teachers, as a prank from the students moved his car up onto a curb.
Oh,
that was
man!
Like it was as big as the car, but it was like 3 feet up.
Oh no! What did he do?
He was upset.
Yes, no kidding. Did they have to move it back?
Yeah, they moved it back,
oh,
but he didn't know who did it.
Oh.
So, but it was the football team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it was a whole bunch of linebackers and stuff, but that picked it up and moved it up onto this 3 foot tall little slab of concrete.
Oh man, yeah. When I was a teenager, and we did that with a friend of ours. Moved a car back to the other side of the building, so he didn't see it. Yeah, so it's kind of the same thing. I mean, we didn't put it up where he couldn't get out, but he didn't see it when he came out. He's like,
yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
But it's not so good for them, right?
Right.
For those that do it, they think it's funny, like we did.
Yeah.
We thought it was funny.
Yeah, but you also took your bicycle and ran into a parked car.
I did twice.
Twice?
I did. One time I was on the sidewalk, but it's Pacific Beach, San Diego, California. I was driving my bike on our sidewalk, and they were parked. There were some apartments, and they were parked across, and I just wasn't paying attention. And I ran right into the side, and I flipped over the top of their car. The other time, I was riding up a hill on my bike. When you're going up a hill, you work really hard to pedal. And I wasn't looking where I was going. I was standing up, kind of looking down.
Yeah.
Went right into the back of a parked car.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, yes. But I also had a bike incident where 3 of us were on this bike. And the handlebars, we were going down a hill, and the handlebars stripped.
Oh, and went forward?
Yeah, they went forward. The other person was on the front handlebars, and the guy was pedaling it, and then I was like on the back. I got a concussion and broke my collarbone.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't remember it, but
oh my gosh.
Yeah. So anyway, I think it's probably so careful with you kids when you were riding bikes.
Well, I remember I was riding a bicycle in Virginia Beach whenever I was real little, and it was a red bicycle. It had the little baseball card or whatever that would go on the back wheel,
Right.
as well as a not a speedometer, odometer.
Yeah, because you wanted that so bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I went over the curb of the driveway, and there was a little foot tall fence, a little picket fence, and my foot got caught in it as I went over it. I skinned my knee so bad and I screamed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
in the driveway there, yep.
yeah. So it was. Oh my gosh! Another time. This was years later. I was going down a huge hill on a Razor scooter.
Oh yeah.
And I fell off it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was going faster than I could run at the time, so I couldn't catch myself.
Right.
Oh man, that hurt.
Man, so many skinned knees and elbows and hands and.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah. I was in high school or middle school at the time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because I don't think those were really out the weight. Because I remember you having that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were cool, but not when you meet the pavement.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
Right.
Right. So, I wanted to ask you about how you're feeling about the living arrangements, because it's still, RJ did get an apartment, but he's not going to have it for a couple of weeks. So you're still sharing bunk beds with RJ.
Yeah.
And you doing okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you feel like for the most part you have enough privacy?
No.
You don't, yeah. I wouldn't imagine so, but yeah. What are you doing to regulate yourself? Since other people come in, the kids spent the night because it was RJ's day off.
Yeah.
And so they were here a lot for a couple of days.
Yeah. And
when that's happening and you don't have your own space, how do you regulate your emotions? What do you do to find your calm in that?
I try and go lay down and read or sleep. And one of the issues that comes up is that Dad works in the office during the day most of the time. And your bedroom's your bedroom. My bedroom is also the kid's bedroom, is also RJ's bedroom.
Correct.
And so I can't really be in there during the day without them wanting to come in and do something.
Right. And then there's a day like today when they're not here.
Right.
So you've had all day without them.
Yes.
And I do understand. So we've taken their toys and put them in the living room.
Yes.
So that they don't have to go in there every time. But I do recognize that there were times when, okay, we're going to go in the swimming pool.
Yeah.
So, knock, knock, sorry, we need to get their bathing suits.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Maddie's been knocking on the door a lot.
In a good way?
Yeah, in a good way. In a good way. One time she just wanted to see me and see how I was doing.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Does that make you feel good when she does that?
Yeah. She just wanted to give me a hug and see how I was doing.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Do you know they got a trampoline?
Yeah, I helped move it.
Oh, yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
So do you remember when we got the trampoline for you?
Yeah.
And it really did help you out.
Yeah.
What about it made you feel good? And
I just had fun on it.
But it helped you to calm down.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. It gave me something to do that was not normal, that was not typical of a day. And I could let my imagination run free and just have fun.
Well, I think for a while what we did is that's one of the things that when you got home from school, you and made sure that you had your own time. So you and your sister, it wasn't so good when both of you were on the trampoline.
Right.
So,
I remember Dad flying off at one time.
So you would have your own time on it. And what would seem like is that when after you would go on the trampoline and afterwards you would be calm. So after we got it, I know that that's one of the things you did when you got home from school before you did homework.
Yeah.
And it helped you to be able to focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Because it got rid of a lot of that restless energy. Yeah.
Yeah. But, and so they got a trampoline now, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That now he's getting the benefit, and she enjoys it.
Yeah.
But, you know, because Connor is on the spectrum as well,
Yeah.
it's sort of benefiting him in the same way it did you.
Yeah.
So is there anything else that, you know, there's a lot of us in the house right now. The builder, a builder came today, and it looks like we finally have one.
Oh, good.
So, I think that it's not going to start for a few weeks, and then when it does, it's going to take a couple of months.
Okay.
And would you let me know during that process what you need?
Yeah.
In a couple of weeks, RJ's not going to be there,
Right.
living with you there.
Right.
So you're going to have more privacy.
Okay.
And the kids are not here every day.
Right.
So you're going to have more days that are, you know, you have your own space than not.
Yeah.
But-
Another, well, this is just an idea, but another option is that if it does become too much, I could just go over to Haley's or RJ's.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, if the kids are here and you need just a space.
Well, I mean, even
Or
with the
if-
construction and
Yep.
stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think that's a really good idea. Because do you think, I mean, that's a lot of noise, it's a lot of activity,
Yeah.
and those are things that bother you.
Yeah. Like, it's not that per se that bothers me. It's just, I don't know what to do, what I can do. And it becomes very stressful for me.
What do you mean what you can do? Like you don't know where to go
Yeah.
to get away from it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't know how I imagine it's going to be pretty, they're going to tear down a whole wall.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
to expand it and add a kitchen on for them.
Oh, okay.
And a bathroom. So I imagine it's going to be pretty loud.
Yeah.
So, right. I think that's a great idea.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, you went to D&D
Yeah. Yeah. Went to D&D last week.
on Friday.
Yes.
And, that was after a week of not feeling well at all.
Right.
And, how'd it go?
It went really well, actually. I felt really refreshed afterwards, but also tired, but in a good way.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun, and it was great seeing my friends again.
Are they your friends?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'd wondered about that if you really made those connections with, now, that, you have a couple different groups that you go and play D&D with.
Yes.
Do some of the ones that are at the one you just went to go to the other one as well?
Not really. The online game that I play on Monday, that particular group originally met where I play now on Fridays.
Okay.
But now it's strictly online because of all the issues. But, like with COVID and stuff. But, the game that meets on Fridays, in person, is a separate group altogether now.
Okay.
But,
And then the one over at the library in Norfolk?
yeah, is absolutely separate.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you're meeting people from different groups. It's really cool because you have a bigger group of people that you know now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And is that going to be something that's consistent now?
Yes.
On Friday nights?
Yes.
And Monday nights at home?
Yes.
And when do they get together at the library?
It's usually once a month.
Oh, okay.
I'm considering not doing that one anymore. simply because last time I got lost going there and coming home.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh my gosh, and it's so horrible because my GPS on my phone, like for directions, does not work.
Yeah.
So it's so difficult trying to figure out where I need to go.
Well, it's also difficult a lot of times if you're going on. Let's just sometimes when the roads go around, you think you're going in one direction. You don't know which one it's talking about, and which tunnel takes you where.
Yeah.
And after you're off of that tunnel, and it tells you to do something, but then it tells you to turn right, but then if you turn right, you're in a parking lot someplace, and then it just doesn't,
And then it says recalculating or something. Oh my gosh.
And it is very, very frustrating here.
Yeah.
And I have found that whatever GPS I'm using, it's kind of like after the fact.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
it
might as well.
It tells you to turn after the fact.
Yes. Yeah. My GPS might as well be a series of, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, I am. It's been a long, long day, and I think that usually it's you that are ready to wrap it up, and I think it's me this time.
No, it's both of us this time. Yeah.
It's just it's been a very long day.
Yeah.
And so. Good news in a lot of ways. We're going to keep our fingers and eyes crossed about your job.
Crossed?
You got it. About this job for you. I'm excited about it. We'll let everybody know.
Yeah.
Because I've brought one of this amazing being up a couple of times. His name is Monty. Mm-hmm. He's a beautiful, beautiful boy, a fur baby. And thank you, everybody, for your thoughts and your prayers for him. And Monty is now an angel. He did not make it. And if you are the praying kind and the energy working kind, please send some of that goodness to his mom, Kelly, because Monty was her companion, and they were just connected.
Yeah.
And so... I'm following up because I've mentioned him a couple times, and people have been so thoughtful and interested in Monty.
Yeah.
And he's no longer in his body, but he's such a love bug. So anyway, send some of that lovins to his mom, Kelly, and so just following up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us again.
Yeah.
And we're sorry we missed you last week. Josh, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah,
so
me
excited
too.
about hearing back from this job.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, we will talk to you next week. I hope you're happy and healthy. Check us out at sonyaking.com. It's SONYAKING. If you give us 5 stars, that helps us out a lot. So we will speak with you next week. Love you.
Bye.